Kennedy Novi.
That was suspenseful for absolutely.
It was cute, I thought.
It was. I liked it. Hey y'all, welcome back to Industry Sunday.
That's enough.
I'm Jake, Jake Levan, your host, and I am here with my co-host,
Kennedy Novi. I'm sorry, I'm sick this
I
week,
think
so
you're-
I sound like Squidward today.
the cold medicine's getting to you.
Yeah, no, I haven't taken any today. I brought some with me just in case, but I haven't been as bad as I've been the last 3 days, so.
Yesterday you were.
Oh, it's so bad. I was supposed to serve 2 nights the
You were
last couple
coughing?
nights, and I literally went in and they were like, go home. I
You
was
were-
like, I'm sorry, I never took a sick day.
You were coughing like a little kid.
I know.
Like the lips out and tongue and everything.
No, I wasn't. I covered my
The
mouth.
phlegm flying out, hitting the windshield.
Shut the front
And then
door.
we also have a guest.
We do. We're going to introduce, oh my God, introduce our guest early today. 'cause
Sound it out.
It was St. Paddy's Day weekend in Chicago, so we want to hear about her weekend too. Welcome, Cici.
Hello. I'm excited to finally be here after
Yay.
listening. A loyal fan.
Yes,
All 9
she's a listener.
episodes.
Our last 3 guests don't really listen at all, so this is really refreshing.
At least we know we have one fan.
Yeah, we have one fan. She's in the studio
Hey.
today. Oh my God.
If I'm anything, I'm a fan.
I love
That's
that.
it. Yeah.
I love that for you.
My
Podcast
heart.
fan.
So Cici and I worked together at Airliner for 4 years.
Yeah, the
she
good old
also,
days.
yes, and she also has some other industry experience that we'll get into a little bit later. But right now, let's talk about St. Paddy's Day weekend. What did you do, Cici?
Oh my God. I had the biggest FOMO because I didn't do Saturday.
You went out Sunday.
I did Friday. I went to a metal show on
Sunday?
Sunday
Wow.
night. Yeah. On a school night.
On a school night.
And it was really rough on Monday morning. It was horrible, actually.
I saw your close friend story on Instagram. I was like, oh my God. Because you were hungover on, what day were we supposed to meet? Was it Monday? I don't remember. I think I asked you to meet me out
It was
Saturday
supposed to
or
be.
something.
You did,
think-
and I wanted to so badly, and I just didn't have it in me. I played a board game on Saturday night on like St. Paddy's Day weekend day. I played a board game about having a bird sanctuary. Like that's what the board game was about, and it was really fun and wholesome. But that's how different
Our weekends were.
Yes,
Or at least our Saturdays.
yes,
were.
our Saturdays, our weekends, like kind of even out. I think.
Yeah. A good Sunday night out. I was on my deathbed Sunday, so I can't. I mean, I think it was a couple Sundays ago I went out, and I love a good Sunday night out because it's all the industry people. It's like good people. It's not like the idiots. There's no tourists.
Oh, it's a good vibe.
Yeah. Saturday, I had friends from high school visiting. Shout out to Olivia and Levi. They're listeners too.
Really?
Yeah, they are listeners.
Wow.
Yeah, they're dedicated. I met them. I had to work at a baby shower that morning, so I came back into the city and met them at a pizzeria. Jake met up with us. He also went to high school with them. And I just made a reservation at Pizzeria.Do. You know, like Pizzeria Uno?
No, I've not
Well,
been.
it's where a deep dish was invented. So
Oh,
it's actually
shit.
the original.
I should
yeah.
know that.
Really?
Yeah.
No, but it's like a chain of pizzerias. They have some in I remember when I lived in Florida as a kid, we would go to it and it was so fun because you can make your own pizza. And then the chef will take it back and cook it and bring it back out to you. And you're like, voila.
Have you
Bon
guys
appetit.
been to Pizza Oven? I'm going to say this wrong. Like Grinder Co?
Chicago Pizza Oven and Grinder. Yes. I have been there. I have.
Incredible.
Who decided to name that restaurant?
I don't know. I
No, but
don't
it's
think
wonderful.
we're saying it right either.
No, they have Italian beers like Peronis and excuse me.
It's got, there's
burpee.
pizza pot pies.
The Cutwaters.
So it's like this, I know. Wait.
You guys are welcome for that.
ASMR.
Yes.
No, but they do the pizza pot pie. They
Yeah.
flip over.
It's
and
fucking
then-
nuts.
A pizza
It's-
pot pie.
It's the deepest.
That's not a calzone.
dish.
It's so good.
No,
No.
it's
It
incredible.
looks better than it tastes. I will admit that.
Oh, I loved it.
You did? Well, I got a salad
it.
beforehand, and the salad was like iceberg lettuce and like a couple tomatoes. And I was
Oh, sad.
That kind of ruined the whole experience from
Yeah.
then on out. But the pizza pie was good. The
Pizza pie.
Peter Peter
Peter Potter poop it. Close enough.
It's crazy. I think
Yeah.
it's very like touristy, but it's worth it if
Yeah.
you live in Chicago. So
No, but I mean, Pizzeria.Do was pretty empty. There's a lot of old people in there, but that was the only place you could get into in River North on Saturday. Like, we went towards the river to like walk into maybe like Theory or Barstool or Radio Room or something, and like everything had the longest lines. It was impossible. And no, it wasn't going to happen. So we crossed the river, got on the train, went to Wrigley, and just had a night in Wrigley.
Yeah, I almost rallied on Saturday morning.
I definitely texted you, I think Saturday night. I was like, I'm in Boys Town. Like, come through.
Yeah, I almost did it, and
Boys Town?
it didn't happen.
Okay.
I went to like 3 bars in Boys Town.
Wow.
I got a snort in.
Ew.
I mean, you're no stranger to Boys Town, though. I don't think any of us are.
No.
unfortunately.
I used to live in Boys Town. I used to live next to...
That's why I always text you when I'm there, because I assume you're like next door, and I always forget you moved.
Well, and I go to Wrigley like a decent amount to go to...
I think that's like the closest, like a lot of good cheap bars are like, that's Wrigley.
Wrigley and Boys Town being a 5-minute walk of each other
The
is
funniest thing.
just the most perfect.
My favorite thing is seeing the Wrigley people like accidentally wander into Boys Town. I could sit on a patio in Boys Town for
After
8
a Cubs
hours.
game?
Yes, and just watch these like dads wander into Boys Town and realize the mistake they've made and like turn around.
They're like, oh shit, we gotta
Or
go
some of
straight
them-
over.
Yeah, some of them have like really, really hot, fun wives that are like, let's go into Roscoe's. Like, oh, I love
And they're
that.
like, no.
Yeah. Jake, how was your weekend? You have an announcement to make, I know.
No, it's not an announcement.
No, it's an amount.
It's an award. It's a PSA.
It's an
It's not a
announcement.
PSA. I mean, I've done this before. Yeah, no, I mean, I went out Saturday and had myself a time. A little bit too much of a time. And, you know, sometimes things happen when you get a little bit too drunk and you black out, you make poor decisions. And because of that, and a couple of other times that this has happened, I'm going to go sober, at least for now. I mean, and it's not like sober, like, you know, like lame-o Mary. Like, I'm going to be, you know, like, I'm more than happy to still go out and be around people and be in those environments. I just might go home a little bit earlier. I might, you know,
And be a lot less hungover.
yeah,
the
a
next
lot
day.
less hungover. Maybe
Incredible.
wake up
Yeah.
before 3 p.m., 5, sometimes 7. You never know.
Yeah.
And, you know, be productive the next day. So for right now, I think a lot of people in the restaurant industry struggle one way or another with going out a lot and the grasp of alcohol at some point in their career or their life.
Yeah.
And sometimes you just have to tone it back. So tentatively, I will be
I like that. Run it back.
a
Take
permanent
break.
sober driver, which is great for everybody else.
Yeah.
It really is.
Just give me a little bit of gas money. Otherwise, I'm going to start charging by the mile, which nobody wants that.
Like an Uber, you're gonna start get an Uber account.
That's what I'm saying. Like
Uber Black.
Yeah, here's your Uber Black.
You could do an Uber Black XL, actually,
But
probably.
yeah, I mean, I'm excited. You know, like definitely going to be doing a little bit different stuff throughout my weeks and on the weekends.
Yeah.
And enjoying things a little bit more fully with a little bit less of a hangover.
We're excited for you.
Love it.
Your shot of the day for this Industry Sunday is going to be a little different. So we'll have
Don't
to think of
fucking
something
say
creative.
water. It'd be disgusting.
No, never water. Maybe like a turmeric carrot.
Well, at least this would be my chance to be like skinny for the summer because all this
Yeah.
sugar from alcohol, I can't do it
Also,
anymore.
I'm saying those CBD mocktails are
Yes, we were talking about this earlier. We made the mistake again of like canoodling with our guests before the episode.
we were canoodling so hard. It was
Canoodled
crazy.
so hard today. Yes, we sat at a bar and just canoodled. But no, we were talking about how right now is a really good time to go sober because there's so many options for mocktails. Like you have like I'm not going to say any names because we want sponsors, but there's a lot of good brands that have like great. Like you can literally get. We got a shipment to my office to like some like tastings or something that you know companies are trying to get us to put that on our shelves, and it's literally like rum, imitation tequila, imitation gin. It's crazy what they can do.
I mean, I could do without the imitation tequila.
I don't even like. Also, what I didn't understand is like who wants the taste but not the buzz. Like I don't.
No, I don't want anything to do with
If
that.
I want a mocktail, I want like a CBD. I want like a fruity little like fizzy, cute
like either
ginger.
I'm going to be getting a
kind
bunch of
see,
caffeine.
like gin, because it's supposed to be like floral and stuff. I feel like you
Yes.
could mock it well, but tequila, rum,
No.
all
Like a
that-
Hendrix mock,
Yeah.
like a botanical gin mock,
yeah, that would work.
Whiskey? No.
No,
They
I'm
had
good.
an aperitif imitation, which I would get down with, like an imitation Aperol spritz, because sometimes you just need that like
It's
bitter,
refreshing.
It's like a spritz.
A
yeah.
little bit of bitterness.
Something-
Like, it's
refreshing
great.
bitterness to your day and to your day, I guess.
So, yeah, I mean, who knows? Maybe I'll end up in my stoner era. I'm probably not.
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
I might
do
go back
it.
into my fitness era, which is ew. That's not any fun either. But at least I look good.
When you start weighing your chicken, yeah, I don't want to see that again out of you. I hated that era.
yeah, but it
that's-
was so skinny.
That
don't-
you're in too deep if you're weighing your chicken. I'm just
Exactly. I'm
saying.
like, I don't think the weight is gonna matter.
I weighed everything. By
As
the
long
way.
as you're eating like whole foods, it's not gonna matter.
Well, yeah, I know I'm not weighing anything right now, including myself. So
Okay, yeah. That's that. I made that mistake last week, and I was like, I think I was in shell shock for a couple
I
hours.
had to go to the doctor. I mean, we all know I had my little episode.
Oh wait, they weighed you? Oh, yeah,
Yes, they weighed me and they circled it, and they put the BMI,
That's not good.
and then
You're like, these numbers mean
So I have-
nothing to
yeah.
me because
So
I
I-
can't read.
so I have like bad acid reflux. So I was getting it checked out. I'm
no,
I have
I have
to-
stomach problems.
yeah, it's not my problem. Like I get burpy. So and it's been going on a long time, and it's just gotten worse. So I had it checked out. Yeah, they weighed me, and then then they push on your stomach to like say, does it hurt, or make sure I don't have like gallbladder disease or something crazy.
Yeah.
And while she was pushing on me, like playing with dough. No, I'm just kidding. She was like, your BMI is kind of deceiving. You're not, you're a lot more, you're less fat than I was expecting.
It's almost like it's not a good measure.
It's not
of
at all. And
what
I was like,
you-
excuse me.
Yeah.
And
Maybe
she's
we
like,
should
you just
rethink
like,
a lot of things in the health industry.
she's like, you're not, yeah, you a little bit more toned than I was expecting. I was like, is
Because
that-
muscle weighs more than fat. That's like the whole thing that people say. So if you're
Yeah.
built and like, you're a sexy built man, you
I'm
know what
just
I
a
mean?
thick boy.
Yeah, like when you wear your really tight dress pants, I can see your muscles. I don't see like fat rolls.
Like when rolling around.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. The BMI
you can
needs
see
to
the
go.
definition. Yeah. We're canceling the BMI along with daylight savings today. 'Cause
Oh,
I know
yes.
Cece's very strong-willed against daylight savings.
I'm like
we had our
pro
last one on
permanent.
Saturday.
Like
That's
we're
the-
in daylight savings. So I'm
Yeah.
like pro permanent daylight savings.
Yeah. So
No, that was our last one on Saturday. We're not doing it ever again.
so what happens?
I know,
after
but
this?
we're not in standard time anymore. I don't think we're in daylight savings time. And
We're
I
staying
think
in daylight savings time forever.
I don't know if they've
No.
officially decided or not.
We're doing
but
standard time.
What?
By the end of this year, we're on standard time.
I heard it was the opposite.
Why can't we just sync up with Arizona?
What do they do?
They don't have it at all.
So they're standard time all
They're
the time.
standard time all the time.
But I prefer this, which is daylight savings, which is the later.
Okay, don't quote me on it.
evening.
Maybe we should Google it. I
I'm
actually
gonna have
don't
to
know
look
what
this
Arizona
up.
does.
If anybody knows
I
anything,
just assumed that you would stick to standard because that makes the most sense in my brain.
It does make the most sense, but I love the late nights. So I like the daylight savings time
I like
forever.
later in the evening sun. I'm
Yeah.
not a.
Oh,
I
okay,
don't
so
need
you
to-
don't want the sun to set early. Of course.
Yes,
Nobody wants the sun
right.
to set early.
Yeah,
Even
like-
today at 7 p.m., the sky was still
Like,
a little
who
bit of
does?
a little bit of sun.
I want to know like who's like, yeah, I want the sun to come up at 4 a.m. and go down at
No.
At 4
4
p.m.
p.m.
Probably
Yeah.
the same person who rewired the birds to start chirping at 3 in the morning.
person running a marathon. At
Yeah, the person who
2 a.m.
owns the robot birds.
Could not be me.
Could not.
Oh my god! All right,
It
we're getting
definitely
on a
is not
tangent.
any industry people unless you are
No.
a breakfast person.
No,
If you're working breakfast, I used
those
to
brunch. But we've
I
talked about
used-
the brunch bitches.
I
We
used
don't
to
know
get
how
up
they do
at
it.
5:30 in the morning, serve slinging eggs.
To make $30, no, thank you. Like
It was definitely
it's giving
a
Bluebird
volume.
Diner circa
that's
Iowa
rough.
City.
No, never could work at a breakfast place. Never was a barista.
I don't want to pour your coffee for your post church brunch. No,
The post church
okay.
pizza was hard enough.
the coffee teeth. I can't.
The
no.
coffee was the worst.
Even being a barista was too much. I can't.
I could never. That's
No.
I've never been one. I couldn't be one.
walking around
No.
double potted up.
Oh, before we get into the rest of our episode, I will
Decaf or
say
regular?
because I had to go to Oak Brook early Saturday morning for a 60-person baby shower. It was a Greek family, so they had a lot of people there. And I went to Starbucks in Gold Coast before I went. Didn't even realize, like, oh yeah, it's like the parade this morning, the river dying. Like maybe the Gold Coast Starbucks will be really busy. I just assumed that like, oh, I'd be fine because I'm like far enough away from all of that like it won't be a big deal. I put in my mobile order, walked in there, and it was, I think they were above their fire capacity limit.
That's insane.
It was so many, and like there was some woman that was like, I've been waiting for 45 minutes, and I was like, I was early. I was like, whatever, I'll wait. and maybe she's being dramatic, like a Karen situation, but I kid you not, like I went up to the front just to look, and there were so many drinks no one had claimed. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Just grab one.
Yeah.
At that
I
point,
should have
it's
grabbed
just
one.
it's done.
And I mean, no
that
offense.
shit's all watered down.
And there was 3 employees. I felt so bad for them. And then you can tell that they just weren't prepared. Like because I think 3 or 4 more people came in like within the 45 minutes that I waited, because it was right. You had to wait 45 minutes. But
Which is rare. If they're actually right, when they tell you like
Yeah.
at an hour and it's actually an hour, something's going on.
The worst part is when you're like me, who's patient and just sits and waits for my name to be called out. The new people that come in and see the mess, and they assume that their drink is ready because they're like, I put a mobile order in, it should be ready. I'm like, you think the rest of us just got in line and for this? You think we walked in and saw this group of people huddled by the station and said, yeah, let me add another drink to this? No, everyone had a mobile order.
And
then,
what, like,
you're like, get back, go back there.
And like Starbucks is fine, but I would never wait
No, but I
more
already
than
paid for it.
10
and I
minutes
didn't-
for
I know.
a Starbucks drink.
No,
like,
me either. But it was 8 a.m. on a Saturday morning. I was like, you know what? I'm here. I might as well just fucking wait. I don't want to make their lives worse because they have to find the sticker of someone who canceled and rip it up. Like I was like, I will just fucking wait.
I hate to see our
And my drink was wrong too.
brothers
So
and
that was-
sisters behind the barista counter just getting
They were struggling,
fucked.
and they were all in a good mood still too. That's why I was
my
like,
God.
Who's
You know
taking
what?
Who's taking Alexa Pro back there?
yeah. I was like,
They were
how are you
sharing.
guys smiling? Like people are screaming, and like there were some girls like,
Depression medicine, Wellbutrin.
yeah.
They're mainlining that shit.
They're
They
like
were
snorting it
snorting
in the
it.
back. They're
Yeah,
like,
they're probably-
it's time for
Yes.
my Saturday shift. Who wants a Wellbutrin?
Oh my God, that's hilarious. Okay, well, let's get into the episode. Cici,
Yes,
do you want to give
let's
us a
do it.
rundown of your industry experience?
Yes, I would love to. Okay.
dun.
Okay. Super quick. 16, Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yes.
Hostess, cashier lady,
Wait, where?
server.
In Iowa, right?
Buffalo Wild Wings in Iowa.
It's a cashier lady.
Like the to-go orders
Oh,
and
that's
shit
fun.
like that. Yeah. People are very particular about their wings. The only thing I'll say about that, like it was nothing crazy because I was still in high school, but people would come in and be like, I want 3 flats. And like, that
Oh my
would be
God.
it. Or
That's
I
it?
want, yeah. Cause we would have those like 60-cent.
Oh yeah.
Does Buffalo
Whatever.
Wild Wings like accommodate that? Are they like,
Yeah,
okay, we'll
oh,
give
yeah.
you all flats? Because in Chicago,
Yes.
like most places are like, we measure it out flats and like wingies, bonies, whatever you call
You
it.
would hope
The
that
bonies?
would be the case.
Wait,
but
flats and
No,
bonies.
we're like, no, you're getting mixture.
Yeah.
We're not fucking
no,
separating out the flats.
It's
for you.
nuts to do it. But last time I checked, 10 years ago,
Yeah, back in the day.
back when I was at Buffalo Wild Wings, yeah, we would like separate them for
Probably
people.
still do, honestly.
I'm sure they do. And it was just ridiculous. And
Yeah.
okay, real quick, favorite Buffalo Wild Wings sauce. Do you have one?
I haven't been there since college, so I don't remember.
I was like,
I was more of like I like the Asian ones. Like
I like the Asian
spicy.
zing.
ooh, Asian Zing?
Yeah.
Yes, very
I want to
good.
say Asian zing. Yeah.
Asian Zing was up there. I was like a garlic parm girl
I like the
as
garlic-
well.
I would do
Garlic
half
parm.
garlic parm actually.
Nice.
I really
And
like
Asian
that.
Zing?
Yeah.
That's
My
a
breath
fucking
smelled like a
combo.
sewage system, but it was
worth
nice.
it.
Kind of tasted like I don't think I could have it now, and like my
No.
body would not react well.
The amount
It would
Talking
be like
about-
7 tums.
My acid reflux be going crazy right now.
Yeah.
the amount of like old garlic parm wings that I ate as like okay, like the digestive system of a 17-year-old. Like I could
yeah.
take it, at the time.
Yeah.
And now I don't think that would be a good idea. I just don't think that would
No. Yeah.
go well. So
That's one thing that we've discussed a little bit is like when you work in a restaurant, how you're around food all day, but you just don't eat. And like, unless you are eating over a trash can or
Yeah.
like, like
Yes.
the chef
over
makes
the
you
trash
something.
can. Yeah.
Oh yeah, always. Or
Classic.
like, yeah, there's like some leftover old wings or pizza or something that you just like munch on.
Yeah,
You're like, yes,
the-
my body needs this fuel.
It's really a test of like how old does food have to be sitting out before you won't eat it? Like that is
Depends on the
the
food.
question
Depends
in
on
the
how
service
hungry I
industry.
am.
Yeah. Yeah. There are a lot of factors that go into it, but like really test the human limits.
Those stale fries.
Yeah.
Worst.
Stale fries. Yeah. They get stale so quickly.
Can't do it.
when you're
Yeah.
16, 17, 18, 19, there's no limit.
'Cause you
It
are a
doesn't
garbage
exist.
can
You
yourself.
are a garbage can. You
Yeah.
are a human trash compactor. But I feel like at this age, because I still serve out of the 3 of us, I do not know. As soon as it's cold, I'm like, nope.
Yeah.
It's no.
Meanwhile, everybody else is like deboning the fish to try to get the last bite.
Yeah. No, some of I've seen an essay or two go back and like eat like meat from the head of a fish. Like it's really rough out there.
I definitely know. I mean,
But it's really good.
yeah,
So I don't blame them.
Fish is fucking delicious. I don't eat fish heads, but like my grandpa used to like
The
devour
eyes and
some
stuff.
fish heads.
Yeah, a lot of
Just
people
'cause-
don't like that, so they send it back, and it comes back piping hot. Nobody's touched it, so they go to town. But I'm like, I know, I don't. There's no. Like, I feel
I
like that would
definitely
make
can't
me
do
sick if
leftovers. I
if was on an
can't
empty
eat
stomach.
someone else's food.
My only thing
Yeah.
is like sometimes with fish, like if I get a bone and it's over,
Really?
it's done.
I don't mind a bone.
Like
I
the
don't mind the
little
bones
like
either. Yeah,
if I bite into anything that's like a texture I'm not planning on, it doesn't matter what it is, I'm done.
that's fair.
I'm like, okay, we're good.
I'm kind of a texture person, but bones are separate.
If I knew the bone's there, that's fine.
Okay.
But if it's like one of
Okay.
those like little tiny like clear bones that you just don't see,
They'll get you.
and you
too.
bite
They
it, and it's just
hurt.
like,
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, can I have the check?
Okay, this is an animal.
And it's like nothing anybody did wrong. I'm just like, I'm over it.
You're turned off.
No, the chef that taught me how to debone fish, actually, his running joke, he's Greek, and he was like, if you don't get all the bones out, you tell the guests, like, hey, if you find any bones, each bone is worth a shot on me.
What?
Yeah. So that was his like way of like forcing you to get all the bones
Yeah.
out within, I think it's 90 seconds you have to do it. Otherwise, the fish is no good. Yeah.
Wish you could see the shocked face I just
Yeah,
made.
no, but it's so fun because like I was like determined to be really good at it. So I just like fucking practiced every chance I got. I was deboning other people's fish, and then it got to a point where I was the only one that knew how to do it, and no one else could because I was the only one like
That's kinda
running
cool,
to the
though.
tables. Yeah, and now I'm really determined to like buy a whole fish from a market, roast it at my house, and then just debone it at home because I know how to do it.
Well,
But I
because then
don't
you're
think I would
eating
cook it
like
right.
restaurant quality fish
Yeah.
for however much just a single fish costs.
Exactly.
Which is
like
like,
market price of a fish is like between 75 and like 100, usually
Yeah.
higher. So there's some that are like 200 if it's a rare fish.
Yeah.
But
versus just like buying it at a grocery store
Yeah.
and doing it
I
yourself.
wonder how much it would be at a grocery store.
I don't know. I mean, much
You
cheaper
go to the meat
than
aisle, you're like, yeah,
prepared.
give me one of the
Yeah.
ones that you haven't touched yet. And they're like,
Yeah.
what?
But my concern is if I would cook it right enough. Like I don't have a wood fire grill oven.
She
you know,
throws it in the
fancy.
air fryer.
I'm putting. I have an electric stove. I don't
a
know if
little
it's gonna
salmon
work.
bowl.
She puts
with
it on top of the stove on the electric coils.
No, we only do whitefish. I'm not deboning a salmon. Fuck that. No,
Ooh, salmon's so good.
I would do a
though.
snapper or a branzino.
I
for
love
sure.
branzino.
Oh my god,
I love it.
I know. We just talked about it today.
I'm a fan of branzino.
Yeah, huge fan. But a bad branzino is a bad branzino. Could ruin your day. All right,
Agreed. Okay.
continue your story
Okay.
of your
Wow,
industry.
that got really
Yes.
sidetracked.
I know. I honestly, our editor, David,
David,
feel
you
free
got
to
this.
cut this shit up like however you want. So then our college bar for 4.5-ish years. And then I moved to Chicago. And then I worked in Wrigley at a bar just outside of the field for 2 Cubs seasons. So I definitely can't claim to be like a Chicago industry vet by any stretch. But that was a dope gig. It was honestly like, it was just ran so well compared to some of the other establishments I've worked at. Just like it's different when you go to Chicago and it's like industry career adults who have been bartending
It's
for
really
years
bizarre,
and
the
years. It's so
switch.
different.
We
Yeah.
can't wait to have someone like that on the podcast.
Yeah.
Actually, they're very elusive. It's hard to.
They
track
are
them
because they're
down.
bartending and smoking cigarettes. Like that's what they're doing.
They're not talking to us.
Yeah, they're busy.
and like obviously the clientele, it's adults spending real money, so very different from a college bar and getting like $0 to $1 on whatever you're serving. And I was mostly a server for like most of my industry career, and then in Wrigley it was
You
like
bartended.
bartending.
Yeah.
Because
Which
it was
is
hard to
only
get. I've
Cubs
been there.
games.
It's hard to get
Yeah.
servers around that area. for sure.
Which was fine because it was only bartending. Obviously we didn't like serve tables on Cubs game days.
yeah,
so,
good luck with
No.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
Hell no, it's always packed. And I remember being in there when you were working, and they use a very like archaic system. They don't have a POS system, right?
Yeah. Can I like say
Yes,
who it
talk
was?
about it. Yeah, say it.
Okay. So I worked at Murphy's Bleachers in Wrigleyville. And they have those old timey cash registers, like the ka-ching. So
Oh,
they're
yeah,
not
I had one of those.
And
Like,
it prints out a receipt.
It's
like,
not computerized
typewriter.
at all. It's all, and then if you run a card, it we have those like
Was it
little
Cube?
handheld things. No, it wasn't Cube. It was like those old school,
yeah. It like connects to the internet or something.
Yeah, like the
It's like,
actual
dial-up noise that's kicking in.
No, it was like a separate thing to run the card, but all of the actual like drawers were in these like 1920s fucking like ka-ching things.
That's crazy.
And so it wouldn't do the math for you either. You couldn't even necessarily like ring it in there. You know what I mean? Like it wouldn't add it up for you. You could ring in the total amount, but it wouldn't do the adding. So when
it
I
on
was
your
at
head, or-
How do they do invoice tracking? Oh, Jesus Christ.
I
Oh my God, it's all
counted the
physical.
tips there several times, and it's just
But imagine counting the sales for the entire venue.
no, I have no idea. Yeah,
That probably
I have no
took them
clue.
hours.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But it was super cool, and the people that work there are dope. Just like quick plug, it's a great place to go.
Yeah.
Even not on a Cubs game day, their brats, beautiful.
Ooh, I can
Love
always
them.
get
All good things to
Dude,
say.
the
That's why we're
brats.
naming them.
Yes, exactly. But obviously, there are people there who have worked there for years and years, like
a long time.
a long
That's a
time.
lot
So
of
I
Wrigley
was
bars.
just like a tiny little fish in that pond for like 2 seasons, and that was it. And now I have a 9 to 5, so I obviously can't just like show up on a Saturday night and be like, "Hey, I'm gonna work." Yeah, exactly. No, but that was a great gig and like a great way to meet people when I moved here, and like a good neighborhood to start in. I moved,
Yeah.
I was in a studio garden unit in Boys Town.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I know. I
that's
was
a
like,
mistake.
and then the pandemic happened, and it was
I'm-
like, we gotta get out
out
of
of here.
It was like, not to be crude, like I don't want to be at dog shit level. Like I'm trying to like elevate a little bit
No, I
above
remember.
that.
I remember because Cici and I were sitting at the bar at Airliner where we used to work in college, and she was looking at apartments. She's like, "Should I?" So I got approved for this lease. Should I sign this lease? I was like, "Do it." Like I was the one that told you. You signed it right in front of me.
I know. I remember
remember
that.
that?
Yes, I was
Yes.
drunk.
It was only you and me. It was literally only you and me. There was no one else there.
Wait, that's incredible. And shout out to you.
Yes,
It was
you're
it
welcome.
was under 1,000, and it
Yeah.
was a good location.
I was like,
And
if it was me, I would fucking do it. Like, go.
It had
move.
high
And
ceilings.
you weren't
It
sure
was
if you even wanted to
fine.
leave Iowa City. You
Exactly.
were like, I need to go. I was like, you need to go.
I was
Go.
like, I need to make a decision.
Yeah. And like, I think everyone else was kind of like, well, like you could stay. And I was like, no,
And
fucking
roll
go.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
and
I'm
then I didn't know it was a garden unit. And then I moved to Chicago, and I lived with Jake, and I walk up like on the 4th floor, and I regretted being on the 4th floor. But I remember seeing the garden units below us and thinking, God, that must fucking suck.
Yeah.
You're on rat poop level,
Yeah.
not even dog
Okay,
poop.
Jesus.
Well, I never
You're
had.
below. You're
Who
below.
can't have it nice?
Yeah, Kennedy, don't shame me. No,
Kennedy's
it's
living
okay.
in the
I'm kidding.
18th floor of her Gold Coast apartment right now
Okay.
with her clown paintings.
No, it was honestly, it was a great experience. It was really fun. It was a good location.
But first apartment in Chicago, totally
Well,
understandable. yeah.
and you're really just trying it out when you move here for the first time.
Yeah.
It's like, what neighborhood should I live in? I have no idea. I guess I'll go where all of the other transplants go, which
Yeah.
is like Lakeview.
Yep.
Yeah.
I went back in the closet for the first time. But that was because I lived in one. It was like 30
No,
square feet.
But that's like what, because I didn't even know about it till I moved here, that like garden unit is not an ideal situation. But it's like I was lucky because I knew Jake, and he already had like a condo he owned and everything. I moved in with him.
Mm-hmm.
But if I was on my own, like I would have definitely been in like a studio garden unit.
And it
for
was
sure.
fine. It had like tall windows given the location.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like facing the street. It was like facing our parking lot. so
that's
it
really nice.
wasn't
Much
it wasn't
nicer.
like people like
Yeah.
You don't hear like
kicking dirt
people
into
stomping
my
by.
yeah.
Oh my God, that'd be
Right.
awful.
But yeah, now I'm a Lincoln Square baddie up by the families in Lincoln
yeah.
Square.
Lincoln
And
Square baddie.
yeah.
I love Cece's neighborhood. She has
It's
a
so
really cute. I love
yeah.
the bar by your apartment too.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like, I remember I went there once, and the owner of the bar was bartending, and she's like, "I have chili cooking in the back. You want some?"
Yeah.
Like, there was no kitchen there, was
No,
there?
no.
She just brings in a
And-
crock pot of chili.
Yeah. And she's left now, but
Oh, really?
that's not the first Chicago bar that's done that, where a bartender will just bring in a crock pot of food and they don't
Yeah.
have a kitchen. They just serve it for free. It's so dope. It's
Yeah.
like the dive bars in Chicago are undefeated.
Seriously, it's like it felt like a full shameless 360 circle. Like it was wonderful.
It's
So I was
funny
like,
you say that, because when I was working at Murphy's,
Yeah.
okay, so I had longish hair,
Yes.
in a ponytail,
Yes.
no makeup, bad attitude. People would always be like, you're like Fiona from Shameless.
Yes,
I'm
I
like,
forgot.
thank you so much, but I feel like this is an attitude judgment on me.
I
Like
thought they were
more
gonna say
than
Fiona from Shrek.
honestly, that would have been a vibe. I would have been like,
she has
thank
a better
you.
attitude than Fiona from Shameless.
Much better attitude.
You're like,
yeah.
thanks. Oh my God.
And people were like, I mean, people can still be shitty drunk idiots at Chicago
You're
bars.
telling me
Exactly,
that's why
yeah.
I'm taking my break.
But I will say, I felt a little bit more empowered to like not serve somebody or to ignore them.
Then an airliner.
Yes, because because
You get power.
well, because the clientele is different and like the standard is higher for behavior
Yes.
versus at a college bar. Just the name of the game.
Well,
So.
you're just like, and it's different. I feel like in college because they're your peers. Like you're gonna see them the next day. It's a much smaller environment, and like everyone knows each other. The person being a dick to you is probably friends with the bartender working with you. But when you're in Wrigleyville like that, it's like everyone is a stranger. They're from Michigan, Iowa, Illinois, Indiana, wherever the fuck they're from. So you're never gonna see them again. So it's also like more of like an empowering thing because you're like, I can say whatever the fuck I want if you're being a dick. But like,
I would say some shit when I was working at nightclubs.
especially in that environment, like
I grab my receipt and $0 bill. I look at it and be like, you will not be getting served here by me until you tip me. And they would be like, what? And I'd be like, close the book. I'm like, hey, have a good night.
Yeah.
And I turn around and I would never take care of them again.
Yeah.
I'm like, either you put cash in front of me at some point,
I would do that at Airliner.
or you can go steal drinks off the empty tables at this. I don't care.
No, I would do that at Airliner.
And you know what? I was so stressed at Liner. I'm just going to like say it was not my best self. Like, let's be real. You know what I mean? It was just the environment was stressful to work in. I owe so much to it. I made so many friends.
Oh my God, me
Literally,
too. I feel the same way.
I met my Jake.
Yeah.
Pivotal
That's how you met
moment
your
of
boyfriend?
Cece met her like long-term boyfriend working at this
yes,
bar.
like
Yeah.
not to be corny,
Cornery.
cornery,
Not to be
not to
cornered.
be corny. Like met my love like at that place. So
Yeah.
very pivotal. Don't regret a minute of it. But
No, yeah.
it was crazy times for sure.
It's funny because I remember looking back on like making my college decision and thinking like, oh, like this isn't that big of a deal. Like wherever I pick, I'll have a great life. But when you look back on it, it's like I would have never met all these amazing people if I didn't go to that school, choose that job, like get fired from my smoothie job before I had my
You had a
airliner job.
smoothie job?
Yeah, I was 6 a.m. 2 days a week, and
Never,
I
dude.
Making
I got drunk one
smoothies?
night and didn't make it into work the next day, and I woke up in time for my airliner lunch shift. So I went to my airliner lunch shift because I was so sick, but I was like, I can't miss 2 shifts in one day. I have to go to my
Two
lunch
different
shift.
jobs.
2 different jobs, yeah.
That's intense,
and then
dude.
one of the girls that worked at Airliner also like knew someone that worked at the smoothie place. I don't remember, but apparently rumors flew. They're like, Kennedy missed her shift. She said she was sick, whatever. And then I got fired from my smoothie job.
Honestly,
But best thing that ever
great.
happened to me.
Yeah, yeah.
Because then I was
That's
a
good.
full steam ahead airliner. Like, and the good thing about that place is like if you put a lot of work into it, like you were rewarded. Like,
Yeah.
both of us were promoted
say so.
within airliner. Like,
it was definitely like a good vibe for
Yeah.
us. I feel like Kennedy bartended a lot more than me. Like you were a bartender. I was just
Yeah.
kind of like a daytime every once in a while in it, but I was mostly serving.
But you were the server manager. You wrote the server schedules.
Yeah.
And, like you worked your way up to that.
Wait,
That's
what?
one role. That's not like,
She was
bartender.
You
There's
didn't
like
know this?
manager.
there's
You
like
were making the front
25
house schedules?
Yes, there's 25 bartenders. There's one server manager, and there was one before you and one after you. Like there's only 3 in a matter of 6 years
Yeah.
at that place. So like
Yeah.
that's an achievement.
Sundays
I couldn't do that.
was drinking like a ridiculously sugary drink, eating dollar slices and making the schedule.
I remember that.
was
Seeing you sitting there doing that.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Schedule drinks.
Maybe that's why
Schedule
you're so
drinks. You
stressed.
love a
I
schedule
feel
drink.
like a place like that, like you these young people are like very ambitious and they want to make money, and they're also like kind of pushed into these roles of being in charge of something like managers, and it's like a lot of stress when you're that young and you're already
Yeah.
stressed about your future, and like how do you leave that situation?
Well, and you're busy. Like
Yeah.
you're a full-time college student and you
a
have
social
other
life, and
right.
So that's just a lot, and like
There's a lot
there's no
going
one else
on.
that could do it though, because who else in Iowa City is gonna do that? And like there's a lot of career servers in Iowa City too. Like I was gonna mention like all the cactuses, those
yeah.
like long-standing servers. Like I love them.
A cactus?
Yeah, they're Mexican restaurants.
There's now 3, I
Yeah.
think.
oh, it's a
Cactus.
restaurant. I thought you were referring to a person.
No, Cactus 1, Cactus 2,
The
Cactus
Cactus.
3. There was a joke that there was a Cactus 4 opening. I remember that. But it was a Mexican restaurant where the servers had been there for like 15 years. But you would get really drunk on like cheap margaritas.
Oh, yeah.
It was lovely.
Yeah.
I loved Cactus. Yeah, the original. Absolutely.
The original Cactus.
But yeah, I feel like that's definitely why there's a lot of stress involved with that job for sure.
But again, worth it. Like won't slander it because, you know, it was what it was, but it was worth it at
You
the end of the day.
build from it, that's
Yeah.
for sure. I mean,
Yeah,
it
it's
makes
great.
you a better person.
I hope so, dude.
It makes you something, either that or
When we were saying, Cici and I talked about it, we were like, the airliner was the most industry job we've ever had because like even the
The
Chicago
most
jobs,
industry. Yeah.
I've been Chicago industry for 2 years now. And like when I look back at old videos that Cici was sending me of airliner, I'm like, this is what you see on like industry meme pages. Like you don't see anything of what I'm doing now. Like you see like the kitchen boys in the back, like drinking a beer next to the no drinking sign, or like you see like, you know, like people like chugging heavy cream in the alleyway. Do you remember that?
Dude, I was
Wait,
just
what?
telling Jake about that.
Oh my God. One of our kitchen guys.
Just
tell
like it's gross, but like there was like a 1 day old expired like thing of heavy cream, like a liter of it or something. And so we couldn't use it. And so he got dared to chug it, like shotgun this thing. And
Shotgunned it, yes.
in the alleyway. And he
He did
just
it.
threw up afterwards.
I
though.
know. I think I missed him
he
throwing up.
absolutely did. I mean,
I think I filmed him chug it and then I
pretty
ran
sure.
back into work.
I mean, all sorts of, it was just funny. Like,
this is
So
this is a
funny.
place that should be on bar rescue.
no, honestly, they did fine.
they were great. They make a lot of money there.
Yeah.
Like it's a well established.
And honestly, some of the food was fire. Like, I still
Oh, yeah.
crave a pizza slice every Sunday on the dot.
I went back. I don't remember when it was. I think I was coming back from Christmas or something. I went back and I ordered like everything I used to eat, and I had so many leftovers. But the servers were like so young and like sorority girl. I'm like, this is so different. Like
Yeah.
they're wearing crop tops. I'm
Oh
like,
my God. Dude, the
food was so
I mean,
good,
the
but-
turnover, it's like you're max there for like 4 years. Like max,
Oh, yeah, there's
basically.
no way.
some do
Because-
5, like 'cause if you
Right.
do a 5th year or something. But yeah, usually it's 4.
Yeah, so it turns over so fast. So there's no recognition, definitely. I haven't been back in a long time, but I'm way overdue.
We need to do a trip back.
I think so. I
could do
think
a
so,
vlog
absolutely.
there.
Yeah,
Jake.
you want me to tag along
yes,
to Iowa City?
I think you should. In the summer.
I'll do it.
I think that'd be a cool vibe.
I think it'd be so fun.
I think it'd be a little overwhelming to go during the school year. I don't think I can be around that many 19-year-olds
Not a chance.
Yeah.
ever again in my life.
Yeah, I went during winter break and I kind of missed like the craziness. I want to go back to like a football game, and I also want to go back like a reunion of everyone that's worked there.
I think so. I think we need to do a Chicago reunion. I've
yeah, like everyone that
there's
lives in Chicago.
a dozen liner people who live in Chicago
Probably
now.
more. Well,
Yeah.
a lot of them moved to Denver and like
Yeah, Denver and Chicago.
yeah,
two
Denver
big
and
ones.
Chicago. We could maybe do a trip to Denver. There's one. Our old GM is in Santa Monica now. Pat McBreen, hi. Hi, if you're listening, hi.
Love you.
I think he is an avid listener.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I hope so.
For
Hey,
sure.
Pat.
He's been asking to be on
Best
the
manager.
podcast.
Has he really?
Dude,
Yeah,
he
but I'm like,
should.
when we figure out how to do it virtually, like you're our first guest.
He
hands
has
down.
to.
Oh
I
my
mean,
God.
the things he would have to say would be incredible.
He probably already has a list.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a few things written down, some memories from our time at Airliner. I feel like this should be the whole episode because
Okay, lay him on.
This is the last episode
this is our last episode
of Airliner.
Wait, we didn't even mention this is episode 10.
This is episode 10.
Double digits.
We forgot to mention
Yeah.
idiots.
We have surpassed 80% of podcasts because
Yes.
the first 80% of them never reach it to episode 10.
You know what? I bet that the hosts break up because Jake and I have gotten close to it a couple times. I'm kidding. Only once.
No, she's not.
She's not kidding.
No, that definitely is a great feat. Okay, the first thing, the 86th whiteboard in the back where people started writing things like 86th patients, 86th, Nick Ranella or something,
A6B.
86 like my dreams.
Yes. Oh, yeah. My hopes and dreams. I think like one of the funnier 86s was like when it was like a whole food group, like pasta. And then like, it was like, we have no pasta in the whole building
Wait,
right
that
now.
was when that photo you sent me of
Yes.
Ben. We're going to put all these photos on the Instagram, I think. I think I have to.
I'll ask some of the people in them if that's
Ask
chill,
the
but-
yeah, you should ask them. I'll ask
Okay,
Ben, you
well.
ask everyone else.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, there's one picture of Ben who's a manager. He started out as a kitchen boy and he's just a funny guy. But he's like, somebody called in and he's like, yeah, we have no pasta.
Someone did like
right
a
now.
Grubhub order. And so he had to call them and be like, we have no pasta in the entire building right now. So like, what else do you want? Because they had just ordered pastas. Yeah. Yeah. Like 86 dough, like just.
That's the funniest thing is like 19, 20-year-olds handling situations like that, like with angry guests.
What do you
who
want
are
me
like,
to do?
Where's your pasta? It's like, I'm sorry.
A lot of creative problem
You
solving.
left a 16-year-old to fucking do your ordering. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
Exactly. It's like, I'm only 20.
I'm a baby. Yeah.
Oh my God. The next one I wrote down was airliner relationships. You were in one. You're still in one.
Yeah, I'm still. Isn't that insane?
It's
Yeah,
so
I'm still in
insane.
one,
I think
baby.
no, there's a couple. There's a couple that are still on.
There were some long-term ones. There's some ones going on.
There were some chaotic ones.
There were some chaotic ones.
I was in a chaotic one.
It's
Very
it's okay.
incestuous.
It's like it was very.
Every restaurant is like
incestuous.
that, though.
Not
It was
to that extent. I mean,
like-
not.
I mean, we just talked about Vanderpump Rules last week.
I was
Yeah,
going
but
to
it's
say
a-
it's
Yeah.
like you're 18 to 20. You're drunk a lot.
Yeah.
You're stressed out a lot together. It's just
And you don't go out on the weekends really because you usually work on the weekends. So you go out after work or you go out on Sunday or
and
Monday.
you stay there behind the chain of the bar.
Exactly.
That was our spot.
Like you hang out in the same spot because you're getting the
Yeah.
same deals or you have like your card on file with the same bartender or whatever. So you have, and like, it's kind of, we always joked that it was like a frat sorority,
Rush
like
liner.
co-ed,
Yeah.
rush liner.
Yeah.
So like you're in this situation where it's like, that's the only people you hang out with. So of course you're going to date the people you hang out with the most.
Right.
I feel it's just natural.
It was definitely like in place of a sorority. We had some people in Greek life
yeah.
who worked there,
They
but
preferred us over their Greek life. So a lot
honestly,
of them dropped. Yeah.
But it was kind of like that substitution, like that
Yeah.
whole like social thing that you want to do when you get to college. That was that for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And when I started, I mean, I was such a baby, but I feel like when I started, the people that were there were like a little on the older side. And then I feel like it went in waves of like really young staff and then like more mature staff. And then it kind of just like would go back and forth, Like when I
Definitely.
started, like Sarah was the serving manager. And
Yeah.
I remember being like,
When I started,
she's so legit.
Yeah, like Kenyon was my trainer, and then
Oh my
like,
gosh, hey,
yeah,
Kenyon.
I feel like bad for the listeners who don't know these people's names.
No, but I don't know where anybody is.
Yeah, sorry, Jake.
Okay, sorry. We'll widen it again.
So when
yeah.
we started, a lot of the people that worked there that were in management were like 23, 24.
Mm-hmm.
And then when Cici and I were managing, everyone that was managing was more like 21.
Yeah.
20.
And those
Like, it
couple
was
of
just-
years really make
it's
a difference.
Big difference. Yeah, it's
Yes.
huge. Like when you're almost about to graduate as a manager, you're just different than when you're just starting out. And like, I don't know. It definitely the vibe shifted, and I feel like after everyone left, like it was a different group of people. But one thing that was really cool about that place was when people would come in and said they worked there in like the 90s or the 80s.
Yeah,
and like,
big
they would say,
alumni bar.
We were all really good friends, and like they would tell the same kind of stories that we were living in the moment. So it's cool to hear that.
I don't know if I sent you this, but and I'm sure you have seen this on several occasions, but like grooms and brides would come in on their wedding day and take pictures like in their wedding get-ups on
they
the bar.
met at Airliner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they would have met there or
Yeah.
I have a couple pictures of like it's super cute and it's a little corny, but it's something that I would also do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Definitely.
it was a pivotal,
You
know,
should do it for sure. Like if you're gonna get married to the guy
Right?
you're dating now, yeah, you do it there.
it would just
Didn't
make
Ashton
sense.
Kutcher go there?
Ashton Kutcher worked there and got discovered there.
He worked there?
Yeah, he's a door guy.
Of course he was. Shout out Ashton.
Hell yeah.
You should have him on the show. Do you
I
think?
wonder if he would.
Can we
Yeah.
reach
You
out
think
to
he
him?
would?
We're gonna talk about Airliner.
And if you like want to bring your wife, that's also fine.
That would
That's
be
acceptable.
fantastic. Yeah.
We'll get a force
But-
mic just for that though.
Yeah.
I think that would be worth it. I think that investment would be
I
worth
think I would
it.
do
Yeah.
that.
No. Oh my gosh. The other thing I wanted to talk about was when you live in a college town, there's a lot of like interesting characters that wander around the streets, and the industry people that work in the streets, in the coffee shops, the bars, the retail shops. They know these people well because you see them every day.
Very well.
And they come
Yeah.
in and they yell in your venue and they leave.
Really?
One of my favorite characters was the guy with the 3 little puppies.
Oh yes.
Who would braid his little bracelets on the park bench and sell them to people, and he'd be like, "I'm paying for my dog's health care" or something. Like he always had some sort of story, and he would bring his dogs into Airliner a couple times. And there was one time that someone took a photo of Cici holding a dog and sent it and made a review and titled it "Dog in Airliner."
No, they sent the picture to the health department. They sent the picture of me to the health department.
Oh my God.
And then like the I can't say for sure health department, some sort of city department.
Yeah.
They sent it to Pat, the GM, and just titled it "Dog in Airliner." There was no other text. It was just pictures of me holding this little white dog. And disclaimer, I washed my hands thoroughly after handling this animal. He like put it in my arms. But yeah, like a table took a picture of me and sent it. And
I was there when that happened, and it was like there were like 2 people in that restaurant at that point. It was like a lunch shift, you know.
I was like,
you're serving frat baskets.
Listen, I get it. Like I understand the thought process behind taking a picture of me and sending it in, but it was just funny to like receive that news from my boss and be like, maybe don't do that, I guess, because people like don't like it. Yeah, and I have those pictures, Pat.
You have those pictures?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I have it too. I downloaded it. I might post it. I'll block Cici's face off.
I mean, it's out there. I don't know.
Poor thing.
I mean, I didn't like get in trouble for it necessarily. It was just funny. And yeah, just
health department.
Leave me alone. More dogs in Airliner. And I think that guy tried to come in and we had to like kick him out.
Yeah, I believe that.
I had to put him on the patio.
I don't want to like slander anybody that I don't actually know whose story, like what it is, but I feel like there was some backstory with that guy particularly that was like unsavory. But
I think there was.
But I don't want to like accuse anyone of anything.
I don't want to like try to come up with what it was.
Yeah.
But I remember old man Tom didn't really like him for some reason, and he knew the tea on everyone in that town. I know, R.I.P. I had him on my list too to talk about him.
Yeah,
great fucking person. I talked about him on episode 1.
I remember that. We argued all the time because Tom was just like,
he was a dirty old man.
He was just like a dirty old man, and like if anyone who knows me knows like that
you were Mama Bear. If he looked sideways at one server, you were like right there. Like,
but like ultimately we knew each other for years, and I was very sad when he passed. But we did get into like our share of altercations for sure.
Yeah.
But it was also just like you have those relationships with people where it's not like positive, but it's not negative. You're just kind of like giving each other shit, and it's fine, and they're always around, and it's like, okay, it's fine. Like, here's your whiskey and your Coors Light. Like, yeah.
That's just who he is.
Yep. Exactly. So,
but yeah, I feel like he always knew the tea on everyone. Like someone would come in, he'd be like, yeah, this is what they did in 1975.
Oh, yes.
You're like, what?
Exactly.
How do you remember that?
And there were definitely regulars that I disliked a lot compared to him. And I won't say whom. And it's not college kids. I will. It's like adults. And
I think I know who you're talking about.
I bet you do. I do, yeah. Oh, dude, girl, you know.
You have to say it. You can't just leave us in the midst.
It was just like this like older guy who like.
Was he the photographer?
Yes.
Oh my God.
And you know what's funny is that like his son was also creepy and like hit on me in an appropriate amount. Yeah.
He would come in and take photos of people and like without their permission.
What?
Yeah, he just like was
with his giant Nikon camera, like a huge
like you can
camera.
definitely see him taking pictures.
Yeah, it's like in your face. Yeah.
It just it's one of those things where like when you're
relax, I just want to take a couple pictures of you.
No, dude, he would like not propose like marriage, but like he would like ask like some of the girls at Liner if they wanted him to like photograph them and stuff and whatever. It's whatever. But I will say like regulars, they come in and they think they own the place. And it's like, I'm fucking working. You're sitting here making comments.
I remember
and
he
like,
yelled. He's like, I know the owner. I know the GM
that's
or
my
something.
favorite.
Yes.
And we text him. They're like, kick him out.
like, just do it. It's fine. So yeah,
happens in Chicago, too.
like,
I've had it plenty of places.
Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, but overall, it was fine.
Yeah.
I would just like go into the walk-in and just like scream, and then it was fine, you know.
The thing about Chicago industries, I do that a lot less.
Yeah,
I've
I bet.
cried
Yes.
a lot less.
I haven't ever cried at a bar shift in Chicago.
Yeah.
Ever. In Airliner, it was like, excuse me, I have to go to the walk-in.
Well, because you get those Midwesterners that don't go out to eat ever. They go out to eat like once every 2 weeks.
It's a very special moment for them, so you better not fuck it up.
Exactly. And they're like back in their college bars. They're drunk and mean and whatever.
Yeah.
But in Chicago, I feel like everyone has a really good like out of house etiquette.
Yes.
Compared.
And I mean, there were good
Not
like
great,
alums that would visit and stuff. Like there were definitely like very generous, nice, fun people. Like tables would want to buy you shots and you know, and like game days were fun as fuck because you'd be watching the game, running around, taking the occasional beverage that your table was paying for. So it's like, okay, thank you. Yeah, and you wouldn't stop moving for, I think one time I checked my like fitness app or whatever it was, and it was like, you walked 11 miles. And I'm like, I was walking in circles in Liner, and I walked 11 fucking miles today. That's crazy.
You worked upstairs. We had like it was like a private event space upstairs.
That was so dangerous going up there with trays and stuff.
Oh my God. There used to be a dumb waiter, but it doesn't work. I wish it worked. But yeah, I definitely remember like counting my steps or looking at my like stairs walked at the end of the night after working up there because you have to go up and down so many times.
Yeah, the parties were tough.
Yeah.
Agreed.
That's
Should we
funny.
talk about Christmas parties? Is that on your list?
That is actually next on the list. Yes.
Oh my gosh. I'm too good. I promise I didn't even know that. I just intuited it.
Yeah. Jake didn't get the list today. Cici didn't get the list. I am in charge of the list today. So
she's the captain now.
I am the captain. Jake did the intro.
We can tell she's in charge of the list today.
No, the Christmas parties. I don't know if I know other restaurants do this, like where they have one annual staff party a year. All hell breaks loose. It's like Vegas. No one talks about it.
Yeah.
I mean, they do, but like it lasts for like a week when people talk about it. But we had some insane Christmas parties. Like, so much fun. And we had superlatives, like
it was a good time. Yeah. The Christmas parties were always a ton of fun. One time when I was dating my ex,
I remember.
we got into this. So this would have been like sophomore year Christmas party, like probably the first one that I had gone to.
Yeah.
We got stopped by cops walking home because we were in like such a screaming match afterwards. And like cops stopped us and made us walk like different directions home. Obviously we both went back to the place where we lived. And it was fine. It wasn't like, it was just like very emblematic of like the whole vibe.
Of the relationship. Yeah.
Yes.
I had a Christmas party breakup too.
Yes. But honestly, all the other ones were dope as fuck. Super fun.
Yeah.
Some, you know,
crazy things.
Some illicit things. And it's
Illicit
fine.
things.
Yeah. It was a good time.
Actually, I will say the first two Christmas parties I went to, I had no idea that's what people were doing.
Yeah.
I was completely clueless. And then like the last two is when like I was like, oh.
Yeah. The first one is always, I feel
You're
like
so innocent. I brought a date to the first one, like an idiot.
Yeah.
And then he brought the entire football team. Remember that?
No.
That was your sophomore year. Oh, you were probably busy.
I was busy. I feel like you're new at an industry job for a whole year.
Yeah.
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like, I guess that's like any job, but you figure it would go faster in the industry. But it's like, I take a long time to get to know people or something because I feel like I didn't even become friends with people for a long time at Liner. People were kind of, in general, people are kind of like defensive of like, like new
there was
people
definitely
and
like
stuff.
a hierarchy of like how long you've been there too.
Which is fine. And like, I get that after you are somewhere for like 5+ years, you know, you're
especially
like,
with a short turn place like that too. It's
Right.
like,
Yeah, a lot of places are like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I worked at places like that. Speaking of Christmas parties, my first Christmas party, the guy jumped into the Chicago River.
yes, that's the story you told
What?
the story you told about
about the
server?
10K.
No, that's a
This
different.
was a different
this is a
guy?
separate guy jumping in the river story.
Oh my
yeah,
God.
this guy didn't get paid.
Jesus.
So this was.
He just did it for like the salmonella of it all.
Yeah. It was Boca's Christmas party. It was at the House of Blues, and it was great. I mean, it was, a couple thousand people. We had the whole venue, and they had like DJs and performers, and the whole thing was great. So then when we were leaving, someone from one of our sister restaurants, I think it was a chef, got up to the bridge because you're literally 20 feet from the Chicago River when you're at House of Blues, and stripped and jumped into the river and then couldn't get out.
Yeah, dude.
No.
I mean, it's not.
He couldn't get out. They had
There's
to
no like
There's no
ladders.
ladders, yeah.
no,
yeah,
you're not
James.
supposed to jump into it. So they had to
we're
like,
both like the
they had to,
ladders.
people like had to like come down, and he had to like get rescued out of the river.
Jesus.
Well, yeah, I've always thought that when I see, especially like since St. Paddy's Day was just last weekend, like seeing all the people jump in the river on like TikTok and stuff.
Disgusting.
How do you like jump in when you're drunk, you don't plan your escape. I feel like these people were sober, and I hope they would plan their escape because.
So yeah, just so you know, back in I think 2017. I mean, don't quote me on the time frame exactly. The Chicago River went from like toxic level to highly polluted. So like,
Is that better?
toxic is like the worst.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
level.
Chicago.
Yeah, we went down.
It's gone. Yeah, so it's gotten better. So it's now just
Chicago.
highly polluted. Also, the Chicago River is not very deep. So if you jump into the river in certain parts, you can paralyze yourself.
If you jump from too
Yeah.
high.
Yeah, it's not like it's a
Also,
dangerous
think
thing
of the
to
dead
do.
bodies. What's your dead
Yes.
body to water volume ratio that you're
Okay.
comfortable with?
The number one most deadly like maritime event was on the Chicago River. Like this boat capsized.
Yes.
Right
The
outside.
architecture tour.
Yeah, right outside.
Your
I used
old
to work
office.
in the building that it happened
It was
right
like
outside
a cruise
of.
ship. They used to have cruise ships there.
Yeah, it was like a company picnic on a boat for something, and I don't want to
really?
say how many people died.
It was
because
a
I'm not
long
sure,
time
but-
ago, though. It was like, I want to say like 1950 or
yes.
something.
Oh,
It's
even
like boats
earlier.
weren't that
I think it was like
great.
the 20s or something
Yeah.
insane. Like it was a long time ago, but the deadliest event. So yeah, there's
Damn, that was like 300 people died or something. Maybe even more.
like insane, like an
I think it was,
insane
like,
amount.
yeah.
insane.
Several hundred.
But yeah, so after that happened,
Ghosts.
then the Christmas party escalated to another place where there was a huge fight out front between all of the restaurants.
See, I haven't been to a Christmas party in Chicago yet. I'm thrilled.
Wait,
You-
can I do a 844?
What the
Holy
fuck?
shit.
844
Holy
people
shit.
died. That's way more than I would have even like.
No, we've been looking at like venues to have like at least 1,000 people at, and we considered a boat. Like,
You could make it
not
1,000.
anymore.
we're
I'm
not doing a boat.
reconsidering
No,
that.
but I think the most you can do is like 700 now.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh, they
there's a
can't. You
limit.
can't beat the record.
Like, I was gonna say
Yeah, I
that's
don't want to be a
tough.
capsizing record.
No, that's. But anyways, not
That's crazy.
not to get dark, but
Wow,
it's nuts.
Damn.
Yeah.
We just turned into a true crime
Chicago had its own.
podcast.
It's so sad.
Oh my god, my dream. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's happening. I'm just hijacking.
Now we're
it.
going to talk about the boat crash of 1921.
Yeah, I didn't even look at the year. I
Yeah,
just
you
looked at the death.
I didn't even get
Minimal
Fuck that.
research.
Yeah.
too many numbers.
Oh
I
my
was doing
God.
some quick googling.
But no, the Christmas parties were really fun. The superlatives
Yes.
were great. I remember I think it was my senior year that I was the one that got to like write the survey for like what the superlatives were and like make all the what do you call it?
The
Certificates.
categories, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you did.
Yeah, and
Mhm.
like announce it or like help hand them out. Like it's just so fun. Like, and we had a Christmas video too that year
Yes.
that I made.
Oh, that compilation video.
That was like 13 minutes
You
long. and
need
it
to
was
find that.
I have it. It's
Okay.
it's on my something.
Maybe you should post like the first 30 seconds of that,
that would
or
be.
something.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
That's a really good idea.
yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, the video was so funny. It was just we had everyone send in their best Snapchat photos and videos of their coworkers over the years.
The
But
shenanigans.
the things that they couldn't do in the 80s that we can do now. It's crazy. Technology. Snapchat.
God, I wish they had that in the 80s. I would kill for a
Snapchat.
Snapchat fucking compilation of 80s shenanigans.
Okay, could you imagine?
The last story we have for Airliner is, I think you should tell it about the edible.
Okay.
Because you were there. I wasn't
Yes,
there. I saw
was
the
there.
videos. I saw
And-
the.
Yeah. Yes. Okay, so one time,
Because you were the manager.
and obviously, like, no blame or anything. Like, I don't think anyone did anything wrong, to be clear.
We don't have to name any names.
No. But one time, like, a kitchen guy brought in a bag of like edible cookies, like
Yeah.
weed cookies. And one of the servers like ate some, not
Thinking it was just
knowing that they
dessert.
were edibles.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like, so basically got like accidentally drugged.
Oh shit!
And yeah, that was a whole thing.
Debacle.
And the guy I think got fired, which like I get from
Oh, he did. I remember.
Yeah, I think from like a legal perspective that makes sense, but I still like I didn't do it because I wasn't
yeah.
like the GM. That wasn't like my call, and I get why it had to happen, but it also like just sucked because it was
she
such
couldn't
a,
work, right? I think she had to go home or something.
I don't remember. I think, well, I can't like say because I didn't eat one. But when I think about like those homemade edibles before
They're
like
scary.
weed was
Dangerous.
legal, like, I mean, they were always incredibly
You didn't know what you were
strong.
getting yourself
And yeah,
into.
you have no
so
idea.
Imagine she probably ate an entire cookie.
She's probably seeing colors and shit. She didn't know what
Oh
was
my
going on.
God. That's so funny.
Yeah. So that was a day for sure.
A day to behold.
A day to behold. Yeah.
Poor thing. She's like, I just came into work and I just wanted something sweet. And then
No, but she was in great spirits about it. Like, she
was.
She's
oh,
not
I'm
like,
sure she was.
What's really funny is that she's like, she takes edibles and smokes now.
Of course.
But back then she didn't. So like it really hit her, and she was posting videos like, I'm high at work. Like, it's so funny. And then like she gets sent home and
like, oh.
she's like, why does everything look loopy?
That's so funny. We should ask her about that.
I know we should.
Yeah.
We should. I'll text her about it later. Okay, I think we can move on to our game now. We're at about an hour.
Oh my
since
gosh.
we started recording, but we were gonna cut out the beginning because it was just breathing heavy for the
Yes.
first 10 minutes.
It's called asthma.
Yeah. Thank you, Jake.
Thank you, Jake.
All right.
welcome.
So,
I'm
Jake, you have the game. I sent it to you.
I don't know
Do you want to pull it up?
What? Why?
Do do do.
Hold
Because
on.
my laptop is doing the mute or the sound.
Hold on.
This is our intermission.
Yeah. Intermission. What should we talk about in intermission?
What are we doing here? Here.
So the game is.
Help.
I don't know how to do this the best way.
Put it
the
on
game
your-
is for those of you following along, you can go. Maybe we'll post this on our Instagram. I actually probably could because I have it all on my computer. It's called We Want Plates. It's a subreddit.
Oh God. Okay.
How do I do this slideshow? Okay, Jake, can you see?
Yeah, I can see. I just can't read.
I'll just put it up here.
Oh, perfect.
Can you see, Jake?
We want plates.
Can you see?
Yep.
I'm used to hearing restaurants say we want spoons, silverware, plates, glassware.
Or Jake, do you want to hold it
Staff.
from your side? Like over here.
What do you think? I'm an octopus? Yeah, Kennedy, this is gonna work great.
All right, yes. You hold it just so Cici can. Cici's our guest. She should be able to see it the best.
Yeah, Jake. God.
We're going to do smash or pass these We Want Plates memes.
Okay.
So We Want Plates is basically people that write into Reddit with pictures of things that they've been given as plates at restaurants that aren't actually plates.
Okay.
And then they say, we want plates.
Okay, great. Okay.
right,
You have to work with what you have. Like I tell you what,
I
like,
know, but
I worked at
some of these
places.
things-
We didn't have spoons for dessert, so
We
I'm like,
would
either
run
you
out
have
of
forks or
plates.
like chopsticks. You use
No,
your hands.
you guys, this is not like that. It's like, it's, imagine if a restaurant ran out of plates and they just gave you this for the thing. Wait, we're not starting.
Okay, well then don't look at it.
Okay.
Okay, I was gonna say, like, this is like experimental restaurants. They're trying to be edgy and like
Okay.
Oh.
charge $20 for a taco because they have this special plate.
Okay.
Here we go.
Okay.
Round one.
May I?
Yep.
You may.
This one is, they call it hangman tacos. It's like
It's a BDSM taco.
it's like arms with like clips holding tacos up and they're hanging from the top of it.
I'm gonna pass right away.
I passed.
I'm
too.
gonna pass.
How do you eat
Do
it?
you want me to hold it?
No, that's okay. I can hold it, Kennedy.
That's okay. She
Well,
can
you already
share
know
both
what's
of
on
us.
it.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass on this. It's like two little. It looks like a sex swing for tacos.
Do you eat
That's
it?
what I'm getting.
Do you eat it from
Yeah.
the swing?
I think you just take it off the clip. You take it off the swing and you eat it. But it's holding the taco together, which I understand, but it just looks weird. I saw so many of these. There's a lot of these hangman tacos on
Really?
subreddit.
You know what this reminds me of? Chris Angel, Mind Freak, when he like would get those hooks in his back and he would hang from like
It reminds me
from
of the box
different
in New
cranes
York.
and stuff.
It's giving the box New York.
That is it.
All right, here's the next one. Next one. Eggs Florentine on a tile.
Okay, let me see.
It just looks like
You
a
know
sushi
what?
plate.
Smash. The eggs Florentine don't look amazing, but I like the tile.
I feel like when
I
you
like the
realize it's
tile.
a tile, like it, I don't know. I would smash it.
I would smash
Yeah, I
it.
think it's cute. It looks like a sushi board.
It looks like you're at like a country breakfast place.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. I'm okay with it.
It's giving country.
I'll allow it.
Just don't put that in your house.
Served on a slate and you have to harvest your own herbs.
Okay, smash, dude. Smash.
Look at the clippers.
Yeah,
I would smash.
I would smash.
Yes.
A little bit of gardening.
100% pass. I don't like to work for my food.
Okay, I'm so different. I love to work for my food.
No.
I just do.
It's literally
I don't
like
know what
a
it is.
stone slab with a pair of shears, a little wooden thing, and I don't know what the white thing is. It looks like a pick or something. And then there's a little potted plant of herbs, and then it's like a brioche bun.
It would
And
be
you have to,
better if
like,
it was all edible.
cut your own herbs.
Like you could eat the scissors
Yeah,
afterwards.
I think
What?
that would be the best part.
This is not Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. All right, the next one. Now I know what they did with our plates. It's plates hanging from the ceiling. If you saw that as a decoration in a restaurant,
I don't hate it, I guess.
Let me see it.
You hate it?
Yeah. It's like fine china.
You know exactly what it reminds me of?
What?
Elementary school, when you would like color on a plate and you would hang it from the classroom.
Like,
Like
where
everybody
are
had,
the
it was the
turkeys?
plates were hanging up of everybody's little pictures.
Wait, what I didn't notice before is that the lights also have plates around them.
Oh, weird little clam plates.
Clamp plates.
Clam lights. You know, I'm gonna smash. I'm gonna smash.
I'm gonna say smash until one smashes on my head. But
Imagine. No, I think it would be a smash if you couldn't see the logo on the back of the plates. Like if they had the design on all the back.
it's like
of the
IKEA on the back.
It's too okay. It's not elevated enough of a plate.
Yeah,
Decoration
it needs to
for
have
you.
no wording on
I
it.
needed more elevated plate. Yeah.
Like,
So
I want-
They all are different too. Like they all look like they came from Goodwill, but they're the same color. They're all blue and
It's
white.
an aesthetic. See,
Antique Roadshow. All right, bricked up on a Friday night. These are sliders on a brick.
I'm gonna pass. I don't like
I'm gonna
this.
pass too.
I'm gonna pass because it would be heavy to carry out.
that's
to the
exactly what I
table.
think. These
Yes.
poor servers' wrists are gone.
She's passing on the what is that? Like the POV from the server.
That's exactly what I'm thinking of.
Oh,
like,
they ordered the fucking.
they all have
brick.
their wrist
God,
brace
no,
on.
yeah, another
How do
brick
you
at
bust
table
it?
22.
6 people get a fucking brick slider, and you're like, how do I bust this table?
You got to bring in like the dish dog
You bring
to
it-
like
You have
go.
to bring out a wagon.
It's a fucking wheelbarrow. You're like, all right, everybody, throw your brick in.
Or alternatively, like a bunch of muscle mommies just fucking serving these sliders.
like tattoos
I
and
love
boots
that.
and- oh my
Yeah,
God.
Yeah,
that's
that
the
would be a
only
vibe.
acceptable situation.
Muscle
This is
mommies.
a Chicago one that I found. My drink served in a to-go box, to-go Chinese box. Do you know where that is?
No.
That's at Sushi-san.
Okay,
Really?
it's a big pass from me.
Yeah, no.
That's a huge smash.
Really?
Well,
I
yeah.
think it's cute, but also
I've seen people do it. Now they're just getting they're paying you. You're getting
I don't
charged
think
for
that
it.
like wet things should be in
Paper.
something so cardboardy.
Well, it just makes you just have to drink it faster.
Well, they put rice in there. Rice is wet.
Kennedy,
Is rice
it's
wet?
sticky. It's not
Yeah.
wet.
Yeah, I guess rice soaks up.
Okay,
all of
okay,
the-
maybe wet, but not like a liquid.
Yeah, full blown liquid.
Yeah,
Yeah, I do it. I
you do
give
it.
a smash.
Hey, smash it
Have
proudly.
you never
baby.
you've never seen somebody like dump a drink into a fucking styrofoam box?
Oh my god, that would be funnier. If I went to
this-
a restaurant and they served me a drink in a styrofoam to-go box, I would
like,
smash
you're
it so
welcome.
hard.
Oh, speaking
The
of
drink and the
styrofoam,
restaurant.
I used to take.
And the server.
This is not chill.
Just kidding.
Is that you have 2 to-go boxes? You're going home with the server.
I used to take like those 24-ounce styrofoam cups we used to have, like they were
Yes.
fucking huge. I used to take one of those of like
Totally.
a mixed drink to
Oh, yeah.
like my class after work.
Oh,
it was
what? Yeah.
not chill. I know. Or like
I wouldn't do
a
that. I would take it to. I took it somewhere. I don't remember where.
sometimes when you were done working and then you had to go to class, you
You
were
were
like,
done.
I'm taking a fucking drink. So
and then you go right back to Airliner after
Depends
class.
on the
You're like,
class.
I'm coming back
Girl,
in
you
an
know
hour.
it.
There
Yeah.
were some classes that weren't worth it.
Oh my
You
god!
didn't learn
The
anything.
amount of times that I would go to Airliner to like study or work on a paper or something, and then I would lose track of time and miss my class completely. So
I'm sorry,
many times.
Studying at Airliner was you were setting yourself up
for failure.
failure.
And I always thought it was so
Yes.
smart because I'm like, I'm putting myself downtown. I'm right by my
Yes.
class. Like I'll go. And you have fun. You're chatting with your coworker, or you're like deep in a paper or something, which was pretty rare. But yeah, it was very.
okay, Mrs. Studious Kennedy entering the fucking
Kennedy
conversation.
was smart in school.
Yeah,
What
I
happened?
graduated.
You said I graduated?
Look at this journalism degree in action right the fuck
Communications.
Yeah,
now.
actually, I will stop writing anything for the episodes. You can do it all. dude.
Just kidding.
Do you want to do 1 week?
No.
He goes, no.
That's okay.
Okay. Yes. I
Actually,
love
you
eating
should
on
let
old
me.
wooden nails. So it's 3 planks with old nails or old screws, it looks like. And then there's like a very fancy things on top.
I'm leaning pass.
I'm going to pass. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't like a rusty nail. So-
Imagine if somebody drops it on a guest's lap.
Oh, God.
You get a
no.
rusty screw through your leg.
Why did they think that? It looks like old wood.
It
too.
does. It looks like reclaimed wood, which is cool for like
the
the
old-fashioned-
booths, but not the tray.
The old fashioned has a stick of cinnamon in it.
I like those.
Oh, that's
good.
I think that's in somebody's
Interesting.
house. That's a household mat.
I
Kenny,
I
that's a
hope
very
so.
big observation coming
I
from a
hope
picture
so.
that you can literally see absolutely nothing about.
Okay,
I think you should.
Really
I think you should
maps.
post that as a poll. Like, is this a restaurant or
That's
a
a
house?
good idea.
You know? Yeah.
That's our new game.
Restaurant or house?
This one is my personal favorite. I think it's necessary to add that the glasses are filled with hot pork broth to wash down those hog nipples. It's a clay pig upside down with cooked pig nipples laying on its stomach, like they're attached.
Like edible?
Dude,
yes,
fuck
you
it.
eat them. That's
Smash.
the dish.
You eat
Smash.
you eat
Yes.
And
it?
you would chase it with the hot pork broth.
Yes. I don't know what it is.
You can eat pig nips?
I don't think they're actual pig nipples. I think they're just placed as in the nipples.
No, but
You
the
need
way
to
you
get
have to
closer
eat it,
look.
the way you have to eat it though is you have to suck it off of the pig.
Okay, if it's an actual pig nipple, I don't want to eat it.
I
But
wonder if it'd be chewy.
the presentation.
It looks like it is.
Okay,
Because some of them are missing the nipple part, and I think that's a natural thing.
guys.
I got
I
bitten
don't like
off.
the idea of that.
Maybe if it was like a dessert.
I smash it. I love it. I love
would-
everything
If it
about
was
it.
like ice cream.
I would smash everything about it except for
The actual
the
pig
nipple. I would eat any other cut of meat from the pig.
I
I
say
like the
smash.
pig. Even though the pig looks like a garden statue
It has
they took out of the
balls.
ground, it does have balls.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know, actually, I'm sure that's something you could find in Chicago. I'm sure there is a
It
restaurant
looks
that
like,
does
yeah.
that.
And this is the last one. I was served on an oven rack.
I'm going to fucking pass for this because clearly they were eating something messy and then they can't
Yeah.
like get the rest of it because it's through the
Exactly.
grate.
No,
in the grate.
I like that.
You're into it?
Yes.
I guess
Okay.
you know it came hot off the press then.
If it was like juicy, maybe that would be a good move.
Yeah, if it's like nachos,
It looks like it was like a Philly cheesesteak or something.
and then you like take the rack off, and then you just eat the bottom.
Yeah.
It's like a second dinner.
I'm going to support you on that, but
Still pass.
yeah.
God. All right. Well, I think that's it for us tonight. It's our
That was,
episode.
the time just flew.
It's
Yeah,
fast,
goes
isn't
really
it?
Yeah.
fast. Yeah. That's why I'm always like, should we do 2 parts and just like keep it going? But the time has come.
Time has come.
So sad.
Thanks, guys. It was fun.
Yes. Thank you for coming on. That
Of
was
course.
awesome.
Yes.
We've been waiting for this episode.
Some more liner throwbacks. Everyone who didn't.
We love.
This is like a niche episode for like.
It is.
You,
Yeah.
20
you guys
people.
need to ask for them to sponsor us.
At this point, dog, I
Yeah.
don't think.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe not after this.
Based on previous conversations, I don't think they're sponsoring anything.
You never
But
know.
we love Airliner. We love you, Jim Ranella.
Yeah. Shout out.
Shout out.
Shout out to the place I've never been.
all of
but
our coworkers.
You'll go.
I
yeah.
think the listeners will like this episode. It's very like raw. We
I
just
hope so too. No,
Yeah.
unpracticed,
we
unfiltered.
just talked about the real situations of like
Shooting the
19-year-olds
shit.
working in a bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, I wouldn't choose to go back to that age,
I
but
would go back for a couple days.
yeah, exactly. Like I look back on it fondly.
Yes.
Is what I will say.
It made me the person I am today.
And that's a great person. So
You too, bitch.
thanks, baby.
negotiable. Just kidding.
Oh my god.
For both of us.
No,
Jake's
I'm
just
just
like,
kidding. You act like I'm perfect.
Jake's like, I hate both of you.
You guys gonna kiss? You guys gonna like
they
touch butts?
might at the
5 feet
Christmas
apart.
party.
Yeah.
You guys gonna bump purses?
Should we go back this year? That'd be hilarious.
I think we should. No, to the Christmas party? Fuck no. They'd be like, who the fuck are these old
Who
whores?
the fuck are you?
Literally after there's no one left actually now. Oh my god, so sad.
Wow.
We go back and we do our own competing Christmas party at DC's next door.
Hey, I think we should go back for a summer day and
Do a Christmas party over the summer.
Research and development.
Christmas in July.
a little R&D. Yes,
R&D.
a Christmas in July.
Christmas
That'd be
in
fun.
July.
And a game. Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to know what's really sad? I never went to a Hawkeye football game. Ever.
I went to a couple before
Isn't that
I got
fucked
roped
up?
in. I don't know if you
Dude.
listened to the episode where I'm like, the GM was like, you have to start this weekend. It's the Minnesota game.
Yeah.
I used to go to all of them before I started working.
I love live sports and I love the Hawkeyes, but
You've
I was
never been in
just
Kinnick Stadium on a football game day?
No.
Oh my
Dude,
god, we're
isn't that
going.
nuts? I know.
We have to.
I know.
Go. Let's get front row seats.
Well, because it's like you didn't get season tickets if you were fucking working at a sports bar.
No.
And then at that point, it's like, I don't even know how to find tickets at
no,
this
they're
point.
so expensive.
Yeah. So,
damn. All right.
I
Well,
know, very
You're in an
sad.
alley chugging a pint of heavy cream
I
for a ticket.
I was in the employee bathroom. I was in the basement, all sorts of places. The upstairs bathroom, the roof. There was all sorts of places
oh
we
yeah,
got
when
into.
I broke my knee on the roof. I have stitches complimentary of Airliner.
Oh my God.
Yep.
They paid for your workers' comp.
No, they did not because it was after hours.
She is
not supposed to be up there.
non-litigious. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, my name is not Kennedy.
Yeah.
I've changed my identity. I'm moving to Canada.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much
For
listening. Thank you for Cici.
Of course.
What's our shot of choice? Jake, you start.
I don't know. You don't come to me last. That was quick. I'm not quick like that.
I'll go first. I'm a green tea baby.
Me
I'm
too.
a green tea bitch. Really?
Yeah, we did white tea a couple weeks ago. I'm thinking I'm green tea this week.
Nice.
Yep.
I don't know.
CBD seltzer.
Yes.
Non-alcoholic.
Mm-hmm. A shot of romance.
Bailey's. No, I'm just kidding. Gross. That sounds disgusting.
Just Bailey's.
No, what's an Irish shot?
You can do like a
yes,
baby
like Patty
bomb.
said. What
Like
about a Scooby snack?
I don't think that's
any shot
It's
that can be
green.
classified as creamy is a fucking no.
an Irish
from
car
me.
bomb.
Oh, a couple weeks ago, I was doing cinnamon toast crunch shots or whatever it's called.
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
rough.
this is Fireball and rum chata. Maybe that's my shot tonight.
Ew, that was the grossest thing.
I
But they were
took like
good.
7.
Fireball
you
and
left.
rum
I took.
chata.
I had to leave.
Yeah.
I couldn't bear witness to that.
Oh yeah, you'd be lucky.
I was in
The bathroom was probably screaming.
Montreal like a month ago ish, and they have this thing called like a hot shot, and like all the bars in Montreal do it, and it's like this. I forget the name of it, but it's like a sweet, like yellow liqueur, kind of like vodka-y, but it's like sweet. Mm-hmm. I can't believe I can't remember. And then they top it with espresso.
Ooh.
And then so it's like warm espresso on the top, and then this like sweet. Like,
Yum. That
and then
sounds
you
really
take,
good.
dude, they were phenomenal. Yeah.
Oh my god.
If you're ever in Montreal,
Hot shot.
They do that with
hot
like.
shot.
They do that with I think I've had one. It's espresso and cream.
It's espresso, like a floater of espresso on top
So the
of.
bitterness is like that's when you're like a
limoncello?
baby though. Yeah.
It's not limoncello. It's like a very specific yellow vodka-y liqueur, and I'm blanking on the name. But
Damn.
if you look
Yellow
up like a hot
chartreuse.
shot, it's definitely not. But I like chartreuse.
I do like chartreuse.
Yeah,
It's expensive.
I like absinthe too.
That's legalized again in America, or at least in
With
Florida.
wormwood,
No, real absinthe is legal in Florida now.
like make you trip dick. Absinthe.
I was in Florida and I saw an absinthe machine, and I was like, "Is that for like the?" Fake
What do you mean a
absinthe that we saw?"
machine? Why is
Like
it-
the fountain thing with like it comes with the fairies.
Yeah, with the sugar cube,
fairy,
and
like,
then you
pees it
like
out. Yeah,
drip
yeah.
the water on it, and the
No, they
whole
have
vibe.
it. They had it in Key West. Yeah, so it's
They
bad.
used to serve absinthe in Iowa City at the Spotted Cow, I think it was called. It was like it changed or went out of business or something.
I'm like, bring it back.
yeah, it was good.
Jake, your shot of choice can be absinthe.
Yeah, I'd do that
All right.
Well,
if
like that's
if I could.
is that alcohol? Whatever. We're ending the episode now because it's been
Okay.
far too long. But all right, thank you everybody. Come back next Industry Sunday and have a great night out with all of your coworkers, friends, or if you're going to bed, whatever.
Cheers,
Thank
you
you
guys.
for listening. Cheers. Bye. Bye.